Hey y'all, happy Tuesday evening. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Angie. My name is Angie and you're watching a live video if the red live box is above my head. This is not going to be long. It is a real talk live about faith over fear. Y'all know we live in this crazy world and things are coming at us left and right, and it's very easy to have anxiety and fear. So we're going to talk about faith or fear. You don't get to live in both of them. You don't get to live in both of them. I didn't even turn the other device on. My watch is dead. I'm telling you, the devil is busy. The enemy is busy. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it just a minute. Like I said, my watch is dead. I'm a hot mess. My hair's a mess. It's good. Makeup since 4 o'clock this morning. It's all good. I am choosing to live in faith over fear and anxiety regardless. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. The people that are meant to see this will see it. You might catch it on a replay. I'm not even sprinkling out. It's just going to be what it is. So listen up. This world is really wild right now. We turn on the TV, it's chaos. We get on social media, it's full of drama. We go to the grocery store and prices are acting possessed. It would be really easy to let anxiety move in rent-free in our lives. It would be so easy to do that. And there are times that happens and then we have to catch ourselves. I'm not going to lie. Anxiety has really been getting me the last little bit. But when I put on this shirt this morning that says faith, I was like, okay, faith or fear? Am I going to live in faith or fear? And then I thought, well, let me just do this talk real quick. But let me ask you something. When did God step off the throne? He hasn't, because some of us are panicking like we would think he's in emergency mode. He is not. He knows what's coming. He knows before we know. It's not a surprise to him. I'm not saying we need to stick our head in the sand, and I'm not saying we need to stuff our feelings. What I'm saying is we don't get to claim faith and live in constant fear. We cannot claim that we're living in faith, but be in constant fear all the time. Anxiety says, what if it all falls apart? Faith says, even if it shakes me, I'm still standing because God is holding me. Some of us are exhausted. It's not because of life. It's not because of what's going on in this world. It's because of the way we're trying to carry it. And we're carrying things that were never meant for us to carry. You know, we're worried about things that we have no control over. And that worry turns into fear and anxiety. And then once you get like that, your body is just uptight. You're in constant fight or flight mode. And you just can barely function because you're just waiting on the other shoe to drop. I don't want to live like that. And I hope y'all don't either. You know, the economy is not ours to carry. The government is not ours to carry. Tomorrow is not ours to carry. What's going on with the Middle East and all that, it's not ours to carry. We can't do anything about it except pray, and that is plenty, because none of this is surprising God. Our job is to be obedient. God's job is what the outcome is. So if we're honest, some of us spend more time scrolling fear than speaking faith. When we open our apps, all you see is stuff that will give you anxiety, that will give you fear if you're not careful, if you don't know and catch yourself and keep you from going down that road. So what are you feeding your spirit every day? Because what we feed grows. We can't binge on negativity and expect to have peace. We can't rehearse worst case scenarios and expect rest. At some point, we have to say, I trust God more than I trust the headlines, more than I trust what I see, more than I trust what I even think. We have to trust God more than anything. I've seen him come through so many times. I've watched him reverse situations that look like they were done. I've watched him provide when there was no logical way that it could happen. So I refuse to live in an anxious world where I serve a sovereign God. I'm just not going to do it. Now, am I going to have my moments? Absolutely, I'm going to have my moments. I have them multiple times a day. But the thing is, you have to catch yourself. Is it serious, everything that's going on around us? Absolutely. But is God still with us? And is he still God? Absolutely. So fear or faith? I'm choosing not to let anxiety run the show. And I want to know what you're choosing. This was super short and everything, but I hope it helped somebody, because we cannot live a faith-filled life in fear. I mean, there's plenty of things. I'm not seeing comments. If you're commenting, I'm not seeing anything, so I'm not ignoring you. Thank you for the hearts and the likes. But it's so easy to get caught up in it. It's so easy to get caught up in fear. We have to have the faith. We have to know that God is still on the throne, and none of this. Thank you. Yeah, comment faith if you're going to try to live your life in faith and not fear. And I don't know about y'all, but when we live in constant fear, I've had a lot going on. I'm not even going to lie. And I'm not going to tell you all about it right now. But I've had so much going on. And I noticed yesterday that and I was off yesterday. It was a digital learning day. But I noticed that I was just not myself. Y'all know I'm doing a lot of wellness stuff and things like that I think really helps me. But I'm also learning. Somebody told me about the vagus nerve that runs from your brain down into your gut, and it does all kind of stuff. It does your fight or flight. It does everything. So somebody shared with me a meditation to help get your vagus nerve back together, back where it's supposed to do. It's some breathing exercises and speaking, manifesting, and things like that. It's like 17 minutes long. If you want it, just drop Vegas in the comments. Yes, let go and let God. If you missed the first part, go back. It's super short. But what we feed ourselves, what we feed our spirit, it grows. So we have got to stay in faith. We have got to think positive. We have got to manifest, even if it doesn't feel like it could ever happen. I don't know about you, but I have seen God do so many things that no man would ever believe he could do. Faith has two meanings. Hang on. It's something popped up on my phone. I can't read it. Face everything and rise. Yes. Or forget everything and run. Yes, yes. Fear is nothing but the enemy messing with you. It is nothing, and he messes with me all the time. Y'all know about the man that was in our yard. I have really gotten way better at that. I'm not going to live my life in fear. I'm not going to fear what could happen to me, because guess what? My days on this earth, God knows each and every one of them. He knows what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next year. None of anything that is going on in this crazy world is surprising him. He is not sitting up there going, oh my goodness, how did that happen? He's not doing that. He already knows. So if I believe in him like I do, and if I have faith that he has me, and that he knows what's next for me, and that no matter what it is, I'm going to be okay. This is not my final home. This is not my final home, so the way I have to look at it is no matter what happens to me, this ain't it. This is not it. So I trust him. It was something in here just a minute ago. At some point you have to say, I trust God more than I trust. You could say the headlines, more than I trust the government, whatever. You can fill it in with whatever you want to. More than I trust whatever. You can fill it in with whatever. There's so many things that's going on in this place that we live in that we could fill that in. I trust God more than anything. That is mine. I trust God more than anything. I know he's got me, and I know that whatever happens to me, I'm going to be okay. And that's the way I'm going to live my life. So drop faith in there if you are going to live by faith. If you want that YouTube video that tells you how to get your vagus nerve back in check, because I did it last night, and I can guarantee you I'm going to be doing it every night when I lay down in the bed to go to sleep. I'm going to listen to that. I'm going to meditate on that, and I'm going to get centered and grounded again. This world wants to keep us ungrounded. It wants to keep us unsettled, and that's all the enemy. And I am not going to let him do that. He can't take us out, but I'm telling you what, he will try to wear you out on a regular. He will try to wear you out on a regular. So don't let that happen. When you feel it coming on, catch yourself, reach out and say, do I trust this situation I see, or do I trust God more? It's this or that. You cannot live in faith and fear at the same time. You cannot. We have to make a choice. We have to make a choice. And when I put this shirt on this morning, I was like, yes, yes, yes. Faith and love. The world needs that. The world really does need that. But that's all I got. But I challenge you to just live in faith, y'all. What a miserable life it is to be constantly worried. And there was a good bit of time that I was on guard. I'm not saying don't be cautious. I'm not saying don't keep your head on a swivel. I'm not saying just walk around like nothing's going to happen. Be cautious. Know your surroundings. Know what's going on. But don't live in fear. Don't live in fear. That's a miserable life, y'all. And I know because I've lived there. You lived in fear? Yes. I mean, I've been there. I have been there. And there's a lot of things right now going on that could easily put me there, because fear leads to anxiety. Anxiety leads to you just kind of shutting down. And when you shut down, it could cause depression. It could cause all kinds of things. So it's like a bad mudslide, you know? It's a mudslide. It's you start here with fear, and then it just takes you downhill. So if you'll catch it here, you're not going to go down. Reach out. I'm here. All you got to do is message me. I check my messages all the time except when I'm asleep. Message me. Let me know you. Thank you, Arena. Let me know you need help. But somebody needed this. I know I did. And then I came home, and I'll just tell you, we got 2 elderly dogs, and I came home to a mess because somebody had accidents. And I was like, I'm probably going to be late. But guess what? I wasn't late. I got it all cleaned up. I got them fed. I got everything done. The devil is alive and well. And it's just not some man in a red suit with horns, y'all. It's so many things around us. It's even people we know. So be cautious, be wise, and know who you are and whose you are, okay? And if you have any questions, just let me know. I know this was super quick. I got things to do because then it'll be bedtime, because it'll be time to get up and go to work again. And also, while I'm doing that, that's my washing machine making that racket. While I'm talking about it, be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have. You may not want to get up and go to work. I don't. There's not a day that goes by that goes, woohoo, I cannot wait to get up at 3:15 in the morning and go to work. But I love my job. I have a chance to interact and be a witness and help others. And I'm grateful for that paycheck. I ain't gonna lie. So be grateful for what you have, y'all, because it could be gone in a minute. It could be gone in a minute. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about things. I'm talking about your job. I'm talking about everything. So be grateful, and don't forget to be grateful for the small things, the things that you take for granted. We take so many things for granted, y'all. If you ever sit and think, and it makes me want to cry, because sometimes I'll sit down and I'll just think, okay, Lord, what am I taking for granted? What do I have that I, could easily be gone, and I don't even ever think about it? A bed to sleep in. Be thankful for these things, y'all. So many people are praying for the life you're living now. Even though the life you're living now may not be exactly what you want, there's somebody that's praying for just a little bit of what you have. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Put that into perspective. There is somebody that's praying for just a fraction of the life you have right now. There are so many people that are struggling. And another thing, and then I'm going to get off here, but I just keep thinking of things. There are so many things we take for granted. Hey, Lauren. Well, I forgot where I was going. Shoot. I don't know. Anyway, but there's so many things we take for granted. There really is. And I said this the other night in a live, and I'll say it again. Sometimes we don't have what we want because we haven't been good stewards with what we've been given. Uh-oh. That might step on some toes. You better put your boots on. That may step on some toes. Sometimes we don't have more because we don't show gratitude and thankfulness for the little things. And that is not God punishing us. That is not God punishing us. And I said this the other night too. Imagine you have a child. You gave them something worth some money. They tore it up or they didn't take good care of it. Are you going to say, oh, no big deal. Let me just give you something better? I mean, I'm not. You can if you want to. That's just good parenting. And God is our Father. He is our Heavenly Father. And we can't expect not to be disciplined. We can't expect not to be corrected. But why would we get more if we're not thankful and doing what we should do with what we got? This went way off topic. It was about faith and fear. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. God has showed me to just say what's on my heart. The people that need it will get it, and the people that don't can keep going. It's okay. Anywho, that's all I got. Now it's time for shower and skincare. If you're not taking care of your body, mind, body, and spirit, today's the day. Tonight's the night. Let's go. You don't have to buy anything from me. I'm not even saying it about that. But if you're not taking care, that's another thing we take for granted. Mind, body, and spirit. Your mind. Do you know there are so many people that have dementia and have memory problems? And do we ever say, thank you, Lord, that I've got a fairly sound mind? Sometimes mine ain't that great, but it's good, and I'm thankful for it. Do you thank God for the body you have? It might not be the body you had when you was 20. It might not be the body you really want, but guess what? It's functioning. You're on here. It's functioning. You ever think to thank God for that? And our spirit, I don't know about you, but God convicts me of things all the time. I mean, I have some convictions about some things that people would think were crazy, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm thankful for my mind and my body and my spirit. So I'm going to do the best that I can to take care of it. Every situation that I'm in. I don't care what it is. Anywho, I got to go. I love y'all, and I hope you know that you matter, you're treasured, you're wanted, and you are loved. No matter what anybody else says about you, not even your own stinking thinking. And it don't matter what they think about you either. Stop caring about what people think about you. Worry about what God thinks about you, and worry about what you think about yourself. Do you know that the way you talk to yourself has more impact on you than anything anybody in this world could say? When I read that, I was floored. What you say to yourself, either out loud or in your brain, has more impact on your life than anything anybody in this world could ever say to you. Your thoughts and your words are powerful, not only to your own self, but to other people. Watch your mouth. Be kind. If you can't be kind, be quiet. All right, I love y'all. I got to go. Good night.